Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition. Now, here's your host, Timothy Carter.
Thanks for joining me on the podcast. Today we're going to talk about 7 steps to build your online authority. You know, online authority is the keystone for a variety of different marketing strategies. You know, when you're algorithmically determined to domain authority is higher, you'll rank higher in search engines, which means more traffic for your business and therefore more revenue. When public perception of your brand is higher, people will have greater trust and respect for you, and that means they'll be more likely to buy from you in the future. When your social influence is higher, you'll have a greater recurring audience for your news, deals, and promotions. Authority is near the top of the wish list for most online marketers, but it isn't easy or straightforward to build. If you're just starting out, your brand is going to have next to zero authority, and it's all on you to build up your influence from there. If you don't have much or any authority to work with, follow these steps to earn your reputation as a major online influencer over the next couple of years. Step one, I should say, build your website. You know, the first and perhaps most important step is to build a website. This is going to serve 2 main purposes, both of which are vital in your pursuit of greater online authority. First, it's going to serve as a research ground for anyone who found out about you on other mediums or heard about you from someone else. You know, these people will come to your site to see if you're all you're cracked up to be. You know, so make sure that your site has a clean, aesthetically pleasing brand and an intuitive navigation to help seal the deal, as it were, on your brand, how you look, how you sound, how you feel. Second, it's going to be where the majority of your impressed audience members convert, is your website. So make sure you have plenty of obvious conversion opportunities, whether that's, an interactive e-commerce platform or obviously definitely ample contact forms throughout the site. Step 2, build your personal brand yourself. Even if your main strategy is to build the authority of a corporate brand, it's really a good idea to leverage the power of individual personal brands in order to do it. Develop a personal brand for your founder or your CEO, and if your company is large enough, develop personal brands for other major players in your organization. Use these personalities to publish content on your site, use their social profiles to syndicate that information, and use their identities and subsequent steps to build relationships with other individuals and organizations. Step 3, building on step 2, is start posting killer content. Once your personal brands, if it's multiple people, are developed enough to put them to good use, start blogging like crazy. Before you move on to other steps in this authority building strategy, you need a sizable archive, of quality posts. Focus on the quality of those pieces before the quantity, and make sure you capture a wide variety of different formats. You'll also want to make sure your content is 100% original. Don't go repurposing or mimicking the content strategies of your competitors. Once you have a few dozen posts in your archives, you can start using them as fuel for subsequent phases of your authority development, like step 4, networking with influencers. It's a good idea to syndicate your posts throughout social media whenever possible, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. You should make sure and push them out whenever they are published for the first time, and you should also set up a recurring publication system to syndicate older blogs on an occasional basis. Hopefully your content will be good enough to attract an initial audience, and from there, you'll be able to network with influencers to grow your audience even more. Get out there and communicate with the major players in your industry. You can share your content with them, you can share their content, or just open up a dialogue. No matter what you do, you'll get a bit of their attention and a bit of their attention of their audience. And you might even build the makings for, an ongoing professional relationship. Whatever the case, your audience will be sparked and start growing faster. Step 5. Guest posts in your industry circuit. Once you've got a baseline of social authority, you can start shopping some guest posts around to other blogs and websites within your industry. You can start by asking your target influencers, for any guest posting opportunities they might have. Use your existing blog as an example of what you're capable of, and be open to any opportunity as long as the site has a decent reputation of its own. Then step 6, guest posts on major outlets. This step can be difficult, and some brands never quite make it this far. But once you've established a significant resume of on-site blog posts and guest posts within your industry, you can start shopping your material around to major publishers. These are typically news outlets, national publications, and other high-authority, high-profile sites. They'll do wonders for your authority, but the flip side is that it's extraordinarily hard to get your content featured there. In order to be considered, you'll have to ensure your content is top-notch and that your existing online presence leaves a great first impression. Here's another quick tip. If you lack the time to write great content and post it yourself, it may be wise to contact an expert link building service and a content agency to help you with being able to get some of that visibility out there. Step 7, and the last one is to continue publishing and circulating that great original content. After all said and done, you have a strong personal brand, a great on-site blog, and a presence both industry-related and national publications. Your job then is to keep circulating thought-provoking original content. Keep your momentum going. You can even expand into podcasts, into videos, into TikTok, into Instagram. Keep ratcheting up the size and the trust of your audience by providing that great content. And it's easier to nurture an existing level of authority than it is to build, a new, personal brand or a new brand authority from scratch. So, once you've reached an ideal level, you can kind of kick back and put some recurring processes in place to ensure you don't lose your position and you continue to build and expand and be be consistent in your publishing. Take regular measurements of your audience size, the traffic level and conversion ratio, and keep making adjustments until your, authority-based lead gen strategy of producing great content, is paying off on a regular basis, week after week, month after month, and year over year. And that's about it for today's episode. If you want some help in creating some killer content and improve your insights, organic visibility, and your brand, come on over to SEO.co and schedule a free consultation, because we can help you scale your ability to outright and outrank your competition.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.